So, tell us how your role came about for True Lies.
Well, I guess it came about in the 90s when they made the film. And I went to go to the theater and I watched the film and I was blown away. I remember leaving the theater. I had a little action fatigue at the end of it, but the feeling I left with was I was so up, when I left the theater. And so then I got a phone call when the script came across my desk, and I'm very weary of remakes.
Mhm.
And I read the script and I spoke with the director of the pilot, Anthony Hemingway, and he told me who was involved, and there were people that I respected. And I remember how much fun Tom Arnold's role was in the film. And I said, wow, you know what? This might be cool to be able to have a take on this.
Mhm.
And it's on my favorite network on CBS. And I've been working with them now for more than 10 years. And I said, you know what? Let me give this a shot. And lo and behold, it seems like it's going well so far. So that's how my participation in the series came about. And we made the pilot. Pilot got picked up, and we were off and running. And that's pretty much what's going to start tomorrow is when we actually started filming the series, as opposed to that separation time when you shoot the pilot, and they test it and determine whether or not they're going to make it into a series.
Right. And so are you at the point now where you don't actually have to audition? They just send you scripts and you say yes or no, or?
It depends.
Mhm.
It depends. I mean, for stuff that they know that I can do, I think I'm pretty well established in the sense that procedural shows right up my alley. I got that one in my back pocket. And so, depending on what it is, I haven't had to audition for anything in a while, but you have to audition for stuff that people haven't seen you do.
Right,
And
right.
so for me, uh, I auditioned for something that I did a couple years ago that I really enjoyed, a piece that I did with Samuel L. Jackson,
All
and
right.
that was cool. But except for it was like this, it was a Zoom audition. The whole auditioning world, everything has changed.
Yeah,
It's a whole new world now.
I've heard that. Yeah, I actually talked to you for that, and an actress. It was a while ago, I know.
Yeah. Yeah, it was me and Stephanie.
Yes, yes.
Sure
And,
was.
so it back in CSI Miami, you were a CSI, and in Ballers, you were a former NFL player turned manager. And in this show, you're sort of the tech guy of the spies, among other things, right? Is that
Yep.
safe to
Yeah,
say?
we're working logistics now.
Yeah.
Now it's all tech, logistics, and a whole served with a side of wit and sarcasm. So we're having a good time. I'm kind of quarterbacking the team, and we're organizing missions to save the world. But in the meanwhile, I'm also uh, trying to play part-time marriage counselor between Helen and Harry.
Right. And which of these characters would you say you were most like in real life?
In real life,
Yeah.
oh man, in real life, I think everybody wants to be the Harry of real life, right? Everybody wants to be the hero of real life. But sometimes I find myself being the Helen when then information is passed on to me that I didn't know, and I'm like, well, what? What do you mean that's not healthy? I thought French fries were good for you. And then you have to readjust your life. But honestly, all joking aside, I like to think that I'm the Gib character in my own life
Okay.
because I have to organize my life. The way that my life is set up, I have to organize my own situation. I'm quarterbacking my own life, and I come from a huge family. So there's a
Oh,
lot of coordination that takes place all the time. I'm the youngest of seven kids, so
wow.
there's a lot that happens.
That's a lot. I'm the baby in my
Yeah.
family too. I have three older brothers, so
You see that? I wouldn't trade it for nothing. It's the
yeah.
best.
Yeah. So I've seen the first four episodes, and I noticed that you guys have some great guest stars. Are there any that you could tell us about that appear in future episodes?
Yeah, I mean, I think top of mind that everybody wants to see is Tom Arnold. So
Mhm.
we have a Gibb squared moment where Van Guy to Van Guy, and he came and he was fantastic. Oh man, he was good. But we had a good episode. I have a fantastic episode that highlights. You get to see the backstory of the character of Gibbs' character and hear about how he was raised and different things he went into, different things that happened to him,
Mhm.
which led him to get into the spy world because Keith David, the fabulous Keith David, plays Gibbs' father.
Oh, good.
And I would say he was probably my favorite guest star because I spent a lot of time with him, and I've watched him in movies, my whole life. So
Yeah.
it was great to get to work with him and mix it up with him.
Oh, he's
But
wonderful. Yeah, I had a great interview with him too. He was awesome.
oh, he's great, and he was great on set. And anytime that I get to be on set and feel like I can learn something,
Hmm.
it's a great day at work. So I got to mix it up with him one episode. He plays my father on the show, and that was really nice. I thought Matthew Lillard was great.
Mm.
I think you've seen
Yeah,
that episode.
yeah, I have. Yeah, he's awesome in that too.
He
Uh,
really took a chance. Like that could have not worked. You know what I mean? And
right,
that's
sure.
to me,
Yeah.
that's always admirable when something that could potentially go the wrong way, you try it. That's
Hmm.
that's part of being an actor is exploring.
Yeah. He walked a fine line in that part between likable and deadly.
Yes, yes, yeah.
I
There's
was
also there's also wonderful. I don't know if by the time you've seen it, um, I don't know if you'll see Gib gets a love interest,
oh, good.
and there, yeah, yeah, and there's a wonderful actress that plays his. I don't want to ruin it. You haven't seen it yet, so
Okay. Can you say who it is or the actress? Or?
yes, Jacqueline. What's Jackie's last name? Jacqueline Ava. Hold on one second. Let me look that up because she's fantastic and she deserves her kudos because she really puts Gib to the. You'll see.
Oh, good.
She Gib finds himself in his own Harry and Helen scenario, and Jackie's there for that. Jacqueline Grace Lopez. That's what I can remember
Okay.
her. I know she had a hyphenated last name. Jacqueline Grace Lopez. She's fantastic.
Great, great. I was going to ask you if we get to see more of his personal life this season. So
We do. The early episodes, I think they really double down on establishing the marriage and
sure.
the scenario kind of that people were familiar with the movie.
Hmm.
As we move into the second half of the season, we get to learn more about the team and the dynamic relationships that they all have in their lives that then, form the glue and the foundation of the Omega Sector team that you follow.
Right. And
And to me, that's when the show really gets to cooking.
cool. Yeah, no, definitely. The first season is usually about figuring out who everyone is and all that.
Right.
For those who've only seen the first episode of the show so far, what else can you tell us about Gib, if anything?
Well, I think that you're going to watch the character evolve. You're going to see the character become more and more of a leader and have to make decisions on behalf of the Tasker family and the Omega Sector family. And so what you'll see is, it's so hard to say without giving up juicy bits of the show. What you'll see is that there's unexpected twists in the show that cause a shuffling of responsibilities, and Gib is front and center on that.
Great, great. Let's see. Sorry, I missed. Had you worked with any of the cast and crew before you did this show?
I had not. I had
Oh.
not worked with any of these people before, but I knew them loosely. I knew Steve
Mhm.
on a personal level. We had a lot of mutual friends,
Okay.
and I have a mutual friend that knew Ginger, and no one else.
Huh.
And so it was a great scenario to mix it up. We had a couple of directors that I had one that I'd worked with before that was great, but no, this was all new. It was an
Cool.
all new scenario, and that was a lot of fun.
And
I love expanding the network.
where and when was the series filmed?
We filmed in Atlanta, and although we shot the pilot in New Orleans,
Huh.
and then we filmed in Atlanta, and that was over a 5-month period.
Ah,
Yeah, 5-month period over the fall and a little bit of winter.
a lot of things are shot in Atlanta nowadays.
Yeah, man. I guess it must be giving away money or something because it definitely isn't. I can't imagine it's the city that's making everybody want to go there.
My favorite karaoke bar is in Atlanta.
Is that right? Oh, wow. I need to know that information, man.
Metro Cafe downtown. It's actually a really
Metro
great
booming.
restaurant with fantastic cakes, a whole bunch of cakes. I try to avoid the cake area. And then they have
Wow.
karaoke every night.
Yeah, they got a lot of really savory food in Atlanta. There's
Mm, yeah.
you can find yourself tipping the scales down there for sure.
Yes.
They don't skimp
Yeah.
on the butter.
Oh, the whole South is that way.
Yeah, man.
So, do you have any funny stories from filming that you'd like to tell us about?
What happened? I had a funny story where I saw Steve Howie in the woods in in Georgia at 3 in the morning, laying on the road, and he almost got ran over by a car because you couldn't see. I mean, we're in the woods and it is pitch black out there. The only light you got is the moonlight. And we
Wow.
were shooting some night stuff. And I tell you, this was a harrowing series to make because there was a lot of explosions,
Yeah.
a lot of gunfire, a lot of action.
Hmm.
And so and God bless Steve, man, because this guy's stamina is incredible. Him and Ginger both. But there was a period where Steve seemed like he was sick for about a month.
Oh.
And I was shocked because we all were on, COVID watch.
Hmm.
But it wasn't that. He was just, he powered through. And after he infected the rest of the crew, he he finished the show. But yeah, there was not anything in particular other than that. There's some jokers on the series
Oh,
actually.
really?
So there's been some practical joking going on the series. Those are actually some funny stories because Ginger is such a doll. She gave the cast and crew cupcakes one day,
Hmm.
and she had about 500 cupcakes delivered.
Wow.
And Mike is was watching his carbs, but in true fashion, Erica, who plays Maria that's his partner on the show, filled his trailer with cupcakes.
Oh,
And
nice.
there's a there was a lot of wacky behavior that went on this set.
That's funny.
Yeah,
So when Steve was lying on the road, that was part of filming, I assume, not because he was feeling bad.
combo. It was a combo platter. It was part of because that we were shooting something, but then it was partially because he was done. He was beat. I think he might have been trying to catch some winks, and then some trucks were moving lights, and they were like, wait a minute, wait.
How to get the actor out of
Yeah,
the
you
road.
gotta get him out of the road, or the series is over.
That's funny. Oh, that's what insurance is for, I guess.
Man, seriously,
Oh,
yeah.
that's funny. Well, do you have, and is this primarily what you're working on now? Do you have anything else coming up or out that you can tell us about?
No, I got a couple other things brewing. This is my main focus because we got to get this thing launched and give it a fair shot and see how the audience responds.
Right.
But I'm still doing the voice of the Rugrats. I do voice. I do cartoon voices. I just had
Yeah.
a wonderful cartoon that came out on Netflix called Oni that just won an Annie Award for Best Limited Series. I'm really really proud of that.
Great.
I got some other stuff, something coming out this summer. Um, I'm just creating, I'm
Yeah.
really excited about that. It's a
You're
it's a
one of the
good place.
turtles, right? You're one of the,
Yes, I played
yeah.
Raphael on Rise of the TMNT, and so that's like a lifelong dream to come
Oh, I'm
together. That was
sure.
that was awesome. Yeah. So
Great.
yeah, things are good. I'm blessed.
That's cool.
And
I
we
was at a
finally got some
convention.
sunshine. We've been dealing with
Oh,
nothing but cold in California and broke my
yeah.
heart. I
Poor
was pining
baby.
to get back home, and then it's been cold and rainy. It's like I moved to Seattle.
Aw. Yeah, Californians get spoiled that way. I'm from San Diego originally, so
Oh, greatest weather on the planet.
yeah, it spoils you for anything else. Yeah.
It really does.
I was gonna say about the turtles. I was at a convention a while back, and some like 2015, I would say, and I got to meet the guy who created the original.
Eastman, Kevin.
Yes, yeah, he was really nice.
Nice.
Great talker,
Nice.
great speaker too. It was awesome. He did a
Yeah.
whole slideshow about the history of the creation of them and everything. It was just
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, yeah.
Fun fact. The one fun fact that's crazy is that Chuck Lorre, writer superstar extraordinaire, wrote the theme song for the original Ninja Turtles.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That
So
is a
when I
fun.
used to sing on the bus on the way home from school.
All right, well,
Yeah.
it's been great talking to you, and I really appreciate it.
Thank you, TV Mag. Good to see you again.
Yeah, you too. And good luck with the show. And I'll keep watching.
Hey, Suzanne, I really hope it works. I
Thanks.
really do. I hope that you thanks for taking the time to watch it. And
Oh
and
yeah. Oh no.
I think it gets better as we go along. I think the
Oh yeah.
chemistry becomes clear and clear.
Yeah. Oh, I love the show. Yeah, I definitely agree. Just on the 4 episodes I watched, and it reminds me of shows that I watched before, like Remington Steele and
There we
Heart
go.
Takes the Thief, I Spy, and so many.
There we go. There we go. That means we're on the right page. If
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
making you feel those vibes, we're on the
Oh,
right page.
definitely. All right. Thank you.
All right, later.
Bye.